Love doesn't always fail loudly. Sometimes it fails quietly, hiding behind pride. Parent watches their child grow stronger, wiser, more admired, and at first it feels like success. Then it turns into fear, because when your child begins to outgrow you, love starts competing with ego. That is where the story truly begins. Apollo was the god of light, order, reason, and perfection. He was worshipped as balance itself, a god who never lost control. And yet, his greatest creation was not a temple or a prophecy, but his son, Asclepius. Born partly mortal, Asclepius did not crave power or worship. He chose healing. He learned Apollo's knowledge and went further, mastering medicine so completely that pain obeyed him. Wounds closed at his touch, disease faded, death itself began to hesitate. People stopped begging the gods for mercy. They waited for Asclepius. At first, Apollo was proud. A son who reflected his brilliance felt like proof of his greatness. But pride shifted into unease when Asclepius crossed an invisible boundary. Healing the sick was acceptable. Delaying death was tolerable. But reversing death entirely broke the balance Apollo was sworn to protect. Mortals were not meant to escape fate. Suffering was part of the design. And Asclepius was quietly undoing it. Apollo warned him, gently and privately, not as a god issuing commands, but as a father protecting order. Asclepius listened, but he did not stop. Every life he saved made him more loved. Every miracle made Apollo less necessary. The god of light watched humanity place their faith not in the heavens, but in one healer, and Apollo made his decision. He did not strike Asclepius himself. That would have been too honest. Instead, he allowed Zeus to act. Thunder answered compassion. Divine law erased mercy. Apollo stood still as lightning burned down his own blood, convincing himself it was justice, not fear. When Asclepius died, balance returned. People aged again. The dead stayed dead. Prayers once more rose toward the sky instead of toward a man. Order was preserved, but Apollo never truly recovered. Because this was not destiny, it was control. Greek mythology never states it plainly, but the truth is sharp and uncomfortable. Apollo did not lose his son to fate. He sacrificed Asclepius to remain superior. Even the gods could not accept being surpassed. And in the end, it was not love that killed the greatest healer who ever lived. It was pride disguised as order.